The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter is one of the most iconic coins of the United States 50 State Quarters program, which was launched by the U.S. Mint to honor each of the 50 states with a unique reverse design. The Connecticut Quarter was the fifth coin released in the series and was issued in 1999, representing the year 1788 when Connecticut ratified the U.S. Constitution and officially became the fifth state to join the Union. Minted at the Denver Mint, it bears the D Mint mark and is composed primarily of a copper core clad with cupronickel, giving it a silvery appearance. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a total weight of 5.67 grams. Its reeded edge and bright metallic luster make it typical of the modern U.S. quarter series, yet its historical imagery and symbolic design make it particularly noteworthy to collectors and historians alike. The reverse design of the 1999 Connecticut Quarter features the magnificent image of the Charter Oak, one of the most famous trees in American history. The tree, located in Hartford, Connecticut, became legendary after it was used in 1687 to hide the colony's royal charter from British authorities seeking to revoke it. The intricate engraving shows the sprawling, bare branches of the oak, symbolizing strength, endurance, and the deep-rooted independence of the people of Connecticut. Below the tree, the inscriptions read the Charter Oak, 1999, and E pluribus unum, the Latin phrase meaning, out of many one. The date 1788 appears above the word Connecticut, reminding viewers of the state's founding year. The design was created by T. James Farrell, who captured the grandeur and mythic quality of the tree with an intricate level of detail, resulting in one of the most visually stunning quarters of the entire state quarter program. On the obverse, the coin carries the traditional portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932 and slightly modified by William Cousins for the State Quarter series. The inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and Quarter Dollar appear around Washington's profile. The mint mark D, indicating the Denver Mint, can be found to the right of Washington's ponytail. The obverse reflects the continuity of American coinage traditions, while the reverse celebrates each state's unique heritage. Together, they form a meaningful combination of national unity and local pride, which was the main intent behind the State Quarters program. Historically, the Charter Oak holds an extraordinary place in American colonial history. According to legend, when agents of King James II attempted to seize Connecticut's royal charter in 1687 to revoke its self-government, Captain Joseph Wadsworth hid the parchment in the hollow of a large oak tree to protect the colony's autonomy. The tree thus became a living emblem of freedom and defiance against authoritarian rule. Although the original tree fell during a storm in 1856, its legacy continued to inspire Connecticut's identity. The wood from the fallen tree was used to craft significant artifacts, including chairs for the state legislature and various commemorative objects, linking Connecticut's political and cultural heritage to this symbol of resilience. The inclusion of the Charter Oak on the coin serves as a tribute not only to the tree itself, but also to the enduring American spirit of liberty. The 1999 Connecticut Quarter had a massive mintage, with over 1.3 billion pieces produced, making it one of the most plentiful state quarters. In circulated condition, it holds only its face value of 25 cents, but in uncirculated or mint state grades, it becomes more desirable to collectors. A mint state, MS, 65 specimen is typically valued between $1 and $3, while exceptionally high-grade coins, such as examples, can command prices of $50 or more at auction due to their pristine surfaces and sharp details. There are also special proof versions struck at the San Francisco Mint, bearing an S mint mark, which were made with mirror-like finishes for collectors. These proofs exist in both clad and 90% silver varieties and are more valuable, often ranging from $5 to $15 depending on condition. Numismatically, the Connecticut Quarter represents a remarkable fusion of art, history, and state pride. The intricate branches of the Charter Oak, extending nearly to the edge of the coin, are an example of the U.S. Mint's advanced engraving techniques of the late century. The coin's design was widely praised for its depth, balance, and symbolism, often considered one of the most beautiful in the entire 50 state quarters collection. It also serves as a reflection of the national excitement generated by the program, which rekindled public interest in coin collecting and introduced millions of Americans to the historical and cultural stories behind each state. In summary, the 1999 Connecticut quarter is far more than just a piece of circulating currency. It is a miniature monument to American independence, courage, and identity. From its depiction of the legendary Charter Oak to its connection with early colonial defiance, this coin captures an essential moment in the formation of democratic ideals. Its widespread circulation ensures that nearly every American has encountered this symbol of freedom, while collectors cherish it as both an artistic masterpiece and a historical relic of one of the most successful coin programs in U.S. history. The Connecticut quarter stands as a lasting tribute to a state whose heritage and resilience continue to inspire the nation, and the 1999 D-Mint mark ties it directly to the Denver Mint's role in bringing that story into the hands of millions across America. Next, top 2. The coin you have is a 1999 Pennsylvania state quarter from the United States of America, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the small p mint mark. This coin is part of the famous 50 state quarters program, one of the most popular and widely collected coin series in American numismatic history. Introduced by the United States Mint, the program was launched in 1999 under the 50 States Commemorative Coin Program Act, authorized by Congress and signed into law by President Bill Clinton in 1997. Its purpose was to honor each of the 50 states with unique reverse designs that highlight their history, traditions, and symbols. Pennsylvania's quarter was the second coin issued in the series, following Delaware, and was officially released into circulation on March 8, 1999. The obverse of this coin, front side, features the standard portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan in 1932 and later modified by William Cousins. Around Washington's bust appear the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the denomination quarter dollar. This design has been used on quarters for decades, making it one of the most recognizable in U.S. coinage. The reverse side of the Pennsylvania quarter, which is shown in your image, was designed by John Mercani, one of the most prolific sculptor engravers of the U.S. Mint. The design beautifully represents the state's heritage and values. At the top, it reads Pennsylvania 1787, referencing the year Pennsylvania ratified the United States Constitution, making it the second state to join the Union. The central figure is a graceful female allegory representing virtue, standing as a symbol of moral excellence and civic responsibility. She is depicted holding a staff topped with a liberty cap, a traditional emblem of freedom dating back to the American Revolution. Behind her, there is a keystone, which is the state's official symbol, representing Pennsylvania's vital central role in the founding and structure of the original 13 colonies, hence its nickname, the Keystone State. Below the figure, 3 words are inscribed: virtue, liberty, independence. These words are Pennsylvania's state motto, reflecting the moral, political, and civic ideals that guided its founding citizens, including prominent figures like Benjamin Franklin and William Penn. The outline behind the figure on the coin is a map of the state of Pennsylvania, emphasizing its geographic identity and state pride. The inclusion of both symbolic and literal elements makes this design one of the more elegant and balanced issues in the state quarters program. At the bottom, the date, 1999, marks the year of issue, and the traditional Latin motto, E pluribus unum, translates to out of many, one, representing the unity of the states forming one nation. The Philadelphia Mint mark P indicates that this coin was struck in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, one of the U.S. Mint's primary production facilities. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel clad alloy, specifically an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. It has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and weighs 5.67 grams. The edge is reeded, like most U.S. quarters. For circulation strikes in 1999, The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 349 million Pennsylvania quarters, while the Denver Mint struck about 358 million, and special proof versions were made at the San Francisco Mint in both clad and 90% silver compositions. From a historical standpoint, the release of the Pennsylvania quarter came at a time of renewed national interest in coin collecting. Millions of Americans began saving state quarters as they appeared in circulation, often keeping them in specially designed maps or albums. The program ran from 1999 to 2008 and was considered one of the most successful public engagement initiatives ever undertaken by the U.S. Mint. Each design gave Americans a tangible connection to their national and local heritage, and Pennsylvania's quarter in particular evoked pride through its balance of symbolism, honoring its role as the birthplace of American democracy. The city of Philadelphia, within the state, was where both the Declaration of Independence, 1776, and the U.S. Constitution, 1787, were signed, making Pennsylvania's inclusion in this commemorative series especially significant. In terms of numismatic value, circulated examples of the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter typically hold face value, 25 cents, though uncirculated or high-grade mint state examples can be worth between $1 and $10, depending on condition. Proof and silver-proof versions are more valuable, ranging from $3 to $15 or more, depending on preservation and packaging. Rare error varieties such as double strikes, die cracks, or off-center minting can command significantly higher prices among collectors, sometimes reaching hundreds of dollars. In cultural terms, the Pennsylvania quarter serves not only as currency, but also as a miniature work of art, symbolizing the ideals that formed the foundation of the United States. The female allegory of virtue recalls classical influences from Greek and Roman art, linking the ancient ideals of civic virtue and democracy to the American experience. The state map and keystone underscore Pennsylvania's indispensable role in the early republic, while the motto, virtue, liberty, independence, encapsulates the moral and political essence of the state's identity. The coin's artistic simplicity, paired with deep historical meaning, has made it one of the standout designs of the 50 State Quarters series. Thus, the 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter, P, is a remarkable piece of modern American numismatic history. It commemorates the entry of Pennsylvania into the Union in 1787, celebrates the principles of virtue and liberty upon which the nation was founded, and reflects the craftsmanship and vision of the U.S. Mint at the dawn of the 21st century. While common in circulation, its enduring design and rich symbolism ensure it remains a cherished keepsake for coin collectors and history enthusiasts alike, a reminder of America's roots and the timeless ideals that continue to shape its identity. Next top 3. The coin you are holding is a 2005 Kansas State quarter dollar from the United States of America, part of the U.S. Mint's widely celebrated 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This particular coin was issued in 2005 to honor the state of Kansas, which became the 34th state admitted to the Union on January 29, 1861. The obverse front of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan and originally used on the quarter dollar since 1932. This portrait was slightly modified in 1999 by sculptor William Cousins to adapt it to the new state quarter series. Above Washington's head is the inscription, United States of America, and below it reads quarter dollar, with the word liberty placed to the left and the national motto, In God We Trust, to the right. The small letter P below Washington's hair ribbon represents the Philadelphia Mint, which produced this specific coin. The reverse back of the coin features a powerful and symbolic design representing Kansas's rich natural heritage. It depicts a majestic American bison, buffalo, standing on prairie grass, facing left, with the state flower, the sunflower, positioned to the right of the animal. Above the design appears the word Kansas, and below it, the state's admission year, 1861. The date of the coin's issue, 2005, is placed at the bottom, along with the phrase e pluribus unum, which translates from Latin as out of many one, symbolizing the unity of the states forming the United States. The reverse design was created and sculpted by Norman E., one of the Mint's talented engravers. This Kansas quarter captures the essence of the American Great Plains, where bison once roamed in massive herds, symbolizing both strength and endurance. The bison has long been an icon of the American West and an emblem of wildlife conservation. The inclusion of the sunflower, a symbol of warmth, energy, and Kansas's identity as the Sunflower State, adds beauty and depth to the coin's imagery. Together, these two elements pay tribute to the state's natural environment and agricultural importance. Kansas's wide prairies, fertile soil, and golden fields of sunflowers and wheat form a vital part of the American heartland, and this coin celebrates that identity with pride. The 2005 Kansas State Quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, with a standard weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge. It was minted at both the Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D, mints, with a total mintage of hundreds of millions of coins, making it common in circulation. However, certain varieties and errors have made some examples valuable to collectors. Among the most famous is the "In God We Rest" error, caused by grease filling the die that obscured part of the T in the motto, "In God We Trust." These grease-filled die errors can fetch a premium depending on their clarity and condition, often being sought after by error coin enthusiasts. Another collectible aspect is the coin's condition. Uncirculated or proof strikes, especially the silver-proof version from the San Francisco Mint, marked S, are prized by numismatists for their mirror-like finishes and sharp details. In the broader numismatic context, the Kansas quarter represents an important part of American coinage history. The 50 State Quarters program, initiated by the U.S. Mint under the leadership of Director Philip N., was one of the most successful coin programs in U.S. history. Each design aimed to educate the public about the unique heritage, landmarks, and symbols of every state. Released in the order the states joined the Union, the Kansas Quarter was the 34th coin in the series, alongside those representing California, Minnesota, Oregon, and West Virginia in 2005. The program revived public interest in coin collecting, inspiring millions of Americans, especially children, to collect quarters for the first time. When examined closely, the Kansas Quarter's artistry reveals the skill and symbolism embedded in modern U.S. coinage. The bison itself has historical ties to the United States nickel series of 1913 to 1938, known as the Buffalo Nickel, which also featured a similar animal. Its inclusion on the Kansas Quarter can be seen as a nostalgic nod to America's numismatic past while celebrating the state's ecological and cultural identity. The detailed rendering of the sunflower highlights Kansas's role as a leading agricultural state and the beauty of its landscape under the wide Midwestern sky. Today, the 2005 Kansas Quarter remains a common, yet cherished coin in circulation and collections. While its face value is 25 cents, pristine uncirculated examples can sell for a small premium, often between $1 and $5, depending on grade, while proof versions can reach $10 or more. Rare mint errors such as the "In God We Rest" variety or double die errors may sell for higher amounts, ranging from $50 to several $100s, depending on visibility and demand. Its legacy endures as both a piece of functional currency and a miniature work of art that celebrates the American spirit. In summary, the 2005 Kansas quarter dollar is more than a simple coin. It is a testament to the American frontier, state pride, and the U.S. Mint's ability to blend history, artistry, and national identity into a single small object. Through its imagery of the bison and sunflower, it reminds us of the enduring relationship between the nation's people, its land, and its symbols. Whether held by a collector or found in pocket change, this coin carries the story of Kansas and its place in the vast and diverse landscape of the United States. Next top 4. The 2006 North Dakota quarter dollar is one of the most visually striking and symbolically rich coins in the United States 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This particular coin honors North Dakota, the 39th state admitted to the Union on November 2, 1889. Issued in 2006 by the United States Mint, the North Dakota Quarter captures the natural majesty, frontier spirit, and agricultural strength that define the state's identity. It represents not only North Dakota's physical beauty, but also its historical journey from Native American lands to a vital agricultural and energy-producing state. The obverse front of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932 for the first Washington quarter. This design was slightly modified in 1999 by William Cousins to accommodate the inscriptions used in the 50-state quarter series. The obverse bears the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the denomination quarter dollar. Just below Washington's portrait is the mint mark, which could be P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, the latter being the proof issue. The reverse back design of the North Dakota quarter is both beautiful and symbolic. It depicts two American bison grazing peacefully on the state's open plains, with the rugged Badlands in the background. The design was chosen to represent the state's unspoiled natural beauty and its deep connection to wildlife and the land. This imagery reflects North Dakota's legacy as a land of open spaces, where the balance between nature and human activity remains a defining characteristic. The design was created by designer and engraver Donna Weaver, whose initials appear subtly on the coin. The inscriptions on the reverse include North Dakota, 1889, 2006, and the national motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. The choice of the bison as the focal point of the design carries profound meaning. Once numbering in the tens of millions, the American bison roamed freely across the Great Plains, including what is now North Dakota. These animals were a cornerstone of life for the Native American tribes, such as the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara, providing food, clothing, tools, and spiritual significance. However, during the 19th century, bison populations were nearly driven to extinction due to overhunting and westward expansion. The depiction of two bison on this coin symbolizes not only the natural heritage of the Great Plains, but also the success of modern conservation efforts, which helped bring the species back from the brink of extinction. The Badlands background shown on the coin adds another layer of symbolism. Located in the western part of North Dakota, the Badlands are characterized by eroded buttes, steep canyons, and colorful rock formations. This landscape is one of the most distinctive natural features of the state and is preserved within Theodore Roosevelt National Park. The park is named after President Theodore Roosevelt, who first came to North Dakota in the 1880s to hunt and ranch. His time in the Badlands profoundly influenced his philosophy on conservation, leading to his later role as a champion of America's national parks and wildlife preservation. The coin's design, therefore, indirectly honors Roosevelt's enduring environmental legacy. The North Dakota Quarter was officially released on August 28, 2006, and was the 39th coin issued in the 50-state quarters program. This nationwide initiative, launched by the U.S. Mint under the administration of President Bill Clinton, aimed to celebrate the heritage and diversity of the 50 states. Each state's quarter design was selected through a process involving state governors, local committees, artists, and public input. In North Dakota, the final design was chosen from several proposals that included agricultural, wildlife, and frontier themes. The bison and Badlands design won due to its aesthetic appeal and its strong representation of the state's history and environment. In terms of specifications, the 2006 North Dakota Quarter has a composition of copper and nickel clad, specifically an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. It weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge. The Philadelphia and Denver mints together produced hundreds of millions of circulation coins, while the San Francisco mint struck a smaller number of proof coins, which were made with special polished dies for collectors. The proof versions include both clad and 90% silver editions, found in collector sets. From a numismatic perspective, most circulated North Dakota quarters hold only face value, 25 cents, though uncirculated and proof coins, especially those graded MS, 68 or higher by PCGS or in GC, can carry higher collector premiums. The silver-proof version, because of its precious metal content, is worth more than face value based on silver prices. Errors such as double strikes, die cracks, or missing layers can also make specific coins more valuable to collectors. Beyond its monetary value, the North Dakota 2006 quarter stands as a small but powerful tribute to the American frontier and the harmony between humans, animals, and nature. It connects the present with the past, from Native American traditions to Theodore Roosevelt's conservation legacy, while celebrating North Dakota's role in shaping the nation's agricultural and environmental identity. The tranquil bison, grazing amid the vast plains and striking rock formations, remind Americans of the beauty and resilience of their natural world. Today, nearly 2 decades after its release, the North Dakota quarter continues to be a favorite among collectors and travelers who cherish the state's rugged beauty and deep history. It is more than a piece of currency. It is a miniature artwork that encapsulates a story of wilderness, survival, and renewal, a testament to the enduring spirit of the Great Plains and the people who have called it home.